How does Sabonis reflect on this series and look at what he has to do better? How much would it help just the mid-range shot, just that alone?
That alone, because, there's what's wild. If you look at some other things that Sabonis was still doing in this series, like you'd go, oh, he did well. He played well. Like if you just looked at some of the numbers, you'd be like, he did fine. But we know how dominant he was in the regular season, and he wasn't that same type of dominance. And so I think he wasn't that same type of dominant because the Warriors did such a great job game planning on how they were going to defend him. And a lot of that goes to that drop coverage on him and
Yeah.
playing off of him, which didn't allow him to create for others. And that's such a big part of his game, that two-man game when someone's up on him and his other guys playing with him, boom, boom, passing the ball back and forth, setting that screen, dribble handoff, whatever it may be. But with this, you're exactly right, Deuce. It needs to be that mid-range shot developing. He needs to show he can be a third. I don't need him shooting a whole bunch of threes. I don't need him to become that huge modern day big in the NBA where it's like, wow, he's knocking down threes now. Great. That's great. If he can stretch the floor even just at that high post and be a threat with his shot from right there, like you're creating so many less people in the paint, which allows someone like De'Aaron Fox to just go downhill or someone else to get into the paint and dish out.
I think the other thing too is like Looney obviously plays with physicality, but one of the biggest issues with Sabonis that will never change is he's not long, right? Like he's a 6'11" wingspan guy, and
he's not a true rim protector.
No, he doesn't have the length to protect the rim, and Kevon Looney has a 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah,
He's longer, and he plays with physicality, and so Looney just absolutely destroyed him on the glass. I mean, look, Looney had 21 rebounds today. He had 10 offensive rebounds. Sabonis had 8 total rebounds in the game. It's just different, man. Playoffs are different. This is where we talked about going into this series. Certain guys get exposed. And what we see is people attack your weaknesses. They find different ways to take you out of the game. The two guys we said before the season that would get, before the series that could get targeted a lot, Herter and Sabonis. I thought it was going to be more defensively. It ended up being that they were able to stop what they had offensively too.
Yeah. I think that was one of the more surprising things too.